Back at it at the Krispy Kreme. Well, not really. We're here at CORGS-CON. Very open venue at the moment. They're in the Bricker building this time around. They usually do either Lush or the Kasich, the same one that the Columbus card show was at a few weeks ago. And unfortunately, there's a jewelry event that's being hosted at that event. So unfortunately, they couldn't secure that building, which is whatever. But I think this one is like a pretty big size. When I say like it's a lot bigger, the other ones that were a part of those shows, so this should actually be pretty decent. Only main things that happened today, I actually forgot to write it down in the book, so do apologize for that. There was a $10 GameCube, and I think it was like maybe an N64 game lot. That was like $10. There was like a $14 card lot. There was like a Hollow Slow King. It was like a Kamiya art, I think is what it was, and then there was like a third card altogether for 14. And then there was like a third one. You'll pretty much see that in the next clip. But there was that for 85. Decent enough start already. Not perfect, but I mean, it's still very early. The show really starts about 10 o'clock and then 11 for tomorrow. I don't know what I'm gonna do because there's a lot of like vintage stuff that we're gonna be taking in. I've got a lot of video game stuff that we're gonna be putting out for this afternoon, so we'll be able to put that out for this entire weekend. And this is their first time that they're doing a 2-day show for the weekend for CORGS-CON, because it's usually just a 1-day show, but with it being a bigger venue, there should hopefully be a really good turnout. So, as per usual, I'll hit record, and if you do collect video game stuff, this is something I haven't yet asked my viewers. If you do collect video game stuff at all, what type of stuff do you like to collect? Feel free to post it in the comments. I always try to read those whenever I can, so yeah, that will pretty much be it, and I'll hit record, which the next clip will be that, but after that, it will be the official recordings. But anyways, I'll see you guys back in a sec. All right, quick video game stuff going out. Selling off 2 N64 titles for No Mercy. Probably second best wrestling game for the system. Rush 2049, almost messed that up. Then NFL Street and a basically complete copy of Zelda Skyward Sword for 85. So it is a bit of a mess at the moment. This was actually part of that lot that I got the Rumble stuff, which I do need to kind of show that off right quick before I forget. It's like most of them are all out in the front right now. PSA 7 Pikachu, that one I was very surprised to see how much has gone up, but it is essentially from this entire line right here and then these two here. So it is the full 16 card lot. So that was with these Game Boys, both of them not in the best of condition. I mean, they have basically seen better days. Obviously, the best one of the two was this one. The battery cover is not the original, but I mean, we'll be doing that for a little bit of a discount, but these will probably both be gone by the end of the day. And I mean, still, it's a little chaotic at the moment, still sorting through all. This was a part of a deal that I got earlier. There was near mint copy of Link to the Past, Bomberman World with the manual, neat condition. Shout out to everybody that got a reveal for the last Final Fantasy VII part for the PlayStation 5. Well, every system is going to be coming out for, so I had to pick that up just because people probably want that. This has everything, near mint manual, that one in best condition I've seen in a while, and then also with the manual as well. It was a deal, I believe, for like $150, I think is what I got this from, but there was like a few things. This I know was definitely underpriced, so we definitely got that for a good deal, and that's pretty much kind of the update for what we just picked up right now. Selling out the last copy of Rayman 2 for N64, going out to a customer for 25. Selling off to a vintage collector, mostly picking up that as like more the newer, but Pokemon Go stuff's pretty vintage now, I guess. So all together, this was 32, but we dropped it even in 30 altogether. And not long after that, selling off the Quest 64 custom label on top, and it's going to a customer for 25. Doing a bundle deal altogether, originally 163, but gave it down to about 150 for all, and this is finally getting a good home. And one of Caleb's GBAs that we just got in, still have the other one left. That one is all going away along with the light toxicity for 190, or not 90, 159. Alright, did another quick sale, selling off a variety of 151 and a measly little first ed Machamp from, I believe, the starter deck. I don't think it was printed off in the packs, but altogether it is for, not 20, it's for $80 even. Alright, so slight update. I have been very behind on updates as far as the main sales stuff. Some off and on purchases. We just sold off a copy of Pokemon Red, the one that was right there above it, and that was about $70. A couple other notable things. It was a $12 purchase, a $27 to $35. So consistently it's been okay, but it hasn't been anything really to stand out. It, I think, scared a lot of people off just because of the weather. So unfortunately, that's not good. Maybe it will pick up a little bit later this afternoon, but it's just kind of not very busy at the moment. Well, oddly enough, Gundam showed up at the booth again. So this, I didn't expect it at a video game convention, but I'm happy to be able to get any at the booth. They're picking up a decent amount. This ended up being around 54 in trade, so it was an even amount altogether, and it's all playability stuff. So happy to see anything at the show this weekend. Yeah, I forgot to hit the hit record to kind of just go over how the day went. Overall, it was not really the best, so I'm in day 2 time now, so this is kind of an update for the morning. I had to go around looking for video game stuff. This is going to probably be a full video game vlog because I haven't really had many TCG stuff. The main thing that ended up selling earlier, there was the 8-Bit Mario amiibo. That was about $10. There was a bunch of other smaller end amiibos. Somebody bought a lot of the Zelda ones that I had, and those were about $7 each on those. So it was around 42, I think it was the full total. That is kind of about it. I'll go over individually for some of the other stuff because there's video game stuff that we just picked up this morning. 3 separate vendor transactions. So I'll kind of go over all of that right quick. I'm not gonna cover over that because that's from a different thing, because this is mostly just fillers for what I had for sale. This is stuff I'm putting in my personal collection stuff. This is everything that is for sale. Decent amount of variety of stuff. This was, most of all of these are CIBs. I had to double check for that because I don't really take in disc only with case copies because they're just usually a bit more tougher for me to move around. But everything is pretty much complete. Couple of stuff for the Vita. There's some fighting game stuff. Open world. Not Naruto. One Piece. It's right there in the freaking title, Kevin. These are all pretty much in good condition. This is brand new sealed. I'm probably gonna leave that at the same price sticker that I had picked it up for. I think they go for a little bit more, but I would have to double verify off that. But as stated, these all have manuals with them. This was from the same vendor, but I needed this one. I have the PS4 version, but I'm just gonna upgrade to this version and just sell off my PS4 copy. Because I think the PS4 one is not as much as opposed to this one, but this was still a very good deal. That is just the case and manual only. I'm looking for the cart only for that to give it a complete copy, and I'll basically just have that for the PC. So there was a couple other vendors, just mainly 2 that I bought video game stuff from as opposed to that, and kind of go through individually. As stated, there's Automobilista, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, probably one of the better ones. This was not out at their booth originally, but this does have everything with it, and since the Mortal Kombat movie just came out, I'm probably going to see about moving that out quick. Then, of course, 3 more Vita stuff. These will be really good fillers because Vita's usually really good. Time of Eternity, Trinity Universe, Digimon, always very popular. This was from a different vendor. This all here. Oh, and the stuff that was like right there was around 3:30. I had to like double check and verify myself on that. So this was from another gentleman. This was around $70. Some like PSP stuff there. GameCube Zero, because Code Veronica just got announced as a remake, so be able to have some extra filler for Res Evil. And then of course there's some 20 Underground. This was from the other vendor that I got most of that other stuff from. There's Legends 2, and then of course Ratchet and Clank. So decent enough. I mean, that was around $410 worth of stuff, but minus the 26 and the 10, so figure math from that. And as stated before, I didn't really pick up much for cards. I don't even know if I did record it yesterday, but there was that like small card lot from another vendor. There was somebody else that mentioned that they're going to bring stuff by the booth, some pretty decent Rayquaza and Pikachu stuff, but we'll pretty much go through that if they do bring it in, and you'll pretty much see that. I don't know what today's going to do. I mean, the venue has been like cleared out. There was like 4 or 5 vendors out that general direction, and then of course like even some more vendor spaces like just very empty at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but I'm just doing a lot of trade stuff today and just kind of getting ready for the next shows for the next couple of like months in advance. I don't remember what we're doing for July, but I know that June is going to have Card Fest, which we will be at. But yeah, as usual, I'll hit record when anything hopefully will happen. We'll have to wait and see, but I'll see you guys back in a bit. Selling off the Pokemon Crystal that I just got in recently. I think I just got that in recently. It was Super Sensi was the last show, and this is going away to a customer for $190. And selling off one of the other amiibos, the Timmy and Tommy Nook amiibo from, I think it was one of the party games that was for the Wii U, and then the copy of Pokemon Ranger. I forget the exact title. It's like very blurry in the footage, so altogether I will give you the amount in just a bit. So it ended up being about $52. I forgot to do that, but yeah, it was $52. Selling off a decent amount of like modern, one measly little vintage GX era, and altogether it was $33. Good variety. And not long after that last sale, I still got like another card pile over there, but altogether this was originally $50 going to a customer for $47. And more stuff going out to the same ones that just bought some more cards from us, and this is going to their lady friend altogether for $52, I believe. I'll have to get that double checked, but yeah, $52. So this kind of took a little bit longer, probably about like a full hour. Then I forgot to document it, but my vendor that I got that from is the gentleman that's over there. He's not at his booth at the moment, but this ended up being around $345. A little bit of a debate on it. He wanted me to buy the whole thing, which was over $500 or something like that. I couldn't remember the exact total amount, but the best one out of the bunch was the Pikachu VMAX. He had the Giratina VMAX, I believe, from the same set, but unfortunately they didn't want to sell that one off, so there's a good variety that's in here, and I know that for a fact that a bunch of these will definitely go, including those Pikachu trainer galleries, so that was definitely probably the best deal of the whole weekend. The big one is going out. This one didn't last very long, and it's going to a family for $140 for the Ancient Mew. I can never keep them very, very long. And same family, their son actually brought some stuff over to the booth. This is all they're trading for us, and then they're owing $33 on top, and this is all that they're getting. Basically a lot of Evolving Sky stuff, and one of the last few of the vintage packs that we have, so happy to see that get a good home. And so one of the bigger games that we have in our case, selling off originally for $145, but giving a discount to a customer for $130. It's glare and all, but unfortunately I think this is gonna be about it. It's a lot of people pretty much starting to leave. I mean, look at how empty it is like over on that side. Didn't really last that long for today. The show was fine. I think the main problem with the overall attendance, there was a lot of things that were going on with just rough parts of like Columbus that apparently there were break-ins that happened. It's kind of the other issue with that, where there was like a lot of people that didn't want their stuff to get stolen. But thankfully, I don't usually leave too much stuff like in the car. I pretty much get it well hidden. and that way people don't really like see anything out in the car, but again, it's always well in. But that's pretty much it for this vlog. There's not a whole lot that I recorded this weekend, so I do apologize if it feels very bare bones. Not really much for the TCG trades aside from the big one that we did today. So that's pretty much the whole emphasis on this weekend, but yeah, that's about it. But thank you guys for joining me once again for this vlog for the first one of June. The next one is going to be back over in Dayton. That one should be an absolute blast. Always is. Doesn't really ever disappoint whatsoever. But thank you all very much for joining me. And as always, you know pretty much how I end these old videos. Stay strong and stay positive, and most important of all, love each and every single one of you. Have a good one.